Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Rising and Aquarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting April 10th, 2017. And a quick reminder for you Aquarius people, I did put up that video on why your rising sign is relevant and you should be checking those out. And that video is up on the main channel page. It's actually the featured video for both returning subscribers and people who are not subscribed. And I think even an update may show up in the video here, somewhere, like a little blip. You know how sometimes they do that. So, it's available. Believe me, it's there for see. It's there to be seen. And also, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. So what is going on here with your astrology this week? Well, this week, early on the 11th, we have a full moon in Libra, in your 9th house of higher education, government and legal proceedings, your spiritual life, academia, and your cultural expansion, and possibly even long-distance travel, forming a gorgeous sextile to Saturn, currently retrograding through your 11th house of friendships and social networking. And what's interesting here is that you may actually find an opportunity to get involved in some kind of big multimedia or travel opportunity with a friend that you have been distanced from, or there may have been some kind of block from. There's also an opportunity with this full moon to even perhaps consider going back to school, getting your, changing your degree or something along those lines, and a friend is going to cue you on some kind of loophole you can take advantage of to see that happen. This can also represent itself as a way to conclude an outstanding government or legal issue that you have, and again, this loophole will be coming through one of your more, I guess you could say, well-informed friends. But the nice thing about this is over the next 2 weeks, we are already going to start to see payoff here. Later on in the week, we've got the Sun forming a tight conjunction with Uranus in your 3rd house of communications, pacts, promises, and commitments. And this is sort of like a rules are meant to be broken kind of angle. And this is happening in your 3rd house, where pacts, promises, and contracts are signed. And a lot of people, including you, are going to be given an opportunity to break away from something that they know they don't want to do anymore. But in this case, what's special for you is that this is talking about getting out of a promise or getting out of a commitment that you made that you don't think you can keep. And again, sometimes that happens. It's not that you were I don't think a lot of Aquarian people just try and do lip service, but this may be something that you've been trying to get out of or something that you've been trying to change for a long time. The Sun conjunct Uranus can also indicate an opportunity to showcase a talent or an ability that has only been celebrated in smaller circles. The 3rd house is wonderful for people, especially those of you who do public speaking. Maybe you make videos, maybe you are a performing artist, an actor, a musician, a singer. This is definitely a time where you may notice that there's a breakout period or a breakaway period to be seen by a bigger crowd. So for your spiritual advice, Aquarius, we have the card of the Green Man. And this is a card that always talks about a need to pay attention to how do we increase the yield, the payoff, the payout of what we're putting our efforts into. It's a card that talks about fertilization and fertility, but not necessarily fertility in terms of childbirth, the ability to procreate. When we think about fertility or fertilization, we're also talking about, again, bigger harvests, bigger crops, and what needs to be initiated to get more out of it. What's been too small? Where have we been thinking too small? The Green Man can also indicate a need to pay attention to where you need to be taking the initiative and doing a lot of the first move making. A lot of the time with the Green Man card is basically saying, take what you want. And even if all you want is a conversation or time with somebody, you're going to need to be the one to actually push that effort or that initiative forward. You may be waiting for some kind of green light. The Green Man is your green light. Don't wait for somebody else to do that invitation, because the Green Man, the hunter, knows how to go for what he wants. So just pay attention to that, because that will help you to also, again, increase the yield of the fruits of your labor this week. If we've been settling for small rewards and smaller payouts, this is the way to start getting more out of what we already have. You got to find those people out. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the 7 of Pentacles upright. And when we look at the 7 of Pentacles upright, it might seem like a card that indicates a bit of sloth. But it's not about sloth, it's about patience. The 7 of Pentacles upright can often indicate there may be a delay coming our way when it comes to maybe money that we've expected to be paid out, or money coming to us, or maybe even a work opportunity that maybe we've already been hired at this job. Maybe we already knew we were going to get this job, but the start date has been delayed. This delay is something that is absolutely necessary, and I want you to understand that. The Seven of Pentacles upright is basically saying there's something going on behind the scenes that's actually better customizing this for you. And the same could go for those of you who feel like you've been forced to wait, this extra week for something that you really need to hear about, or something that you really need to get enacted in your own personal workspace. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is saying don't overwork the issue. Don't fight against this. Please don't. And you know me. Those of you watching me know enough. I am not the passive guy. I am never telling everyone, oh, just sit back. So when I do say sit back, it means something. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's just basically saying, even though it may be an inconvenience, this is actually going to go better for you if you allow this inconvenience to be what it's meant to be. Don't try and rush, expedite, or replace this just yet. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, the others in your life, we do have the Chariot card reversed. And there may be some frustrations going on when a friend or a relative suddenly double books themselves on an event or on some kind of affair that you already had crystallized with them. And this could be I get a weird feeling with this Chariot card reversed, like this might not be the first time. But be careful when it comes to, relying too heavily on a person who does have a tendency to forget and to double book. The Chariot card reverse can also indicate that you, yourself, going again with that Sun conjunct Uranus, maybe having some challenges being in two places at once this week. It's more important to just start saying no instead of trying to say things to, to make people know. I mean, because sometimes we say yes, we're going to do it because we want to show somebody our support. We want somebody to feel good. They will feel good no matter what. It's just, it's not a good idea to say you'll be there and have them not see you in the crowd. The Chariot card reverse can also indicate, there may be a situation that's getting away from a friend or a relative that you are actually working on a joint effort with. Take some time to take some stock to see if this person is really as capable as you are when it comes to seeing this thing through. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Justice card reversed. This card as a challenge doesn't mean that, we're going to be having all kinds of, legal problems. It just basically means be careful of the temptation to take advantage of something that could be considered immoral or unethical or unfair. The Justice card reverse asks us to pay attention to where the equivalent exchange is or is not in all of our doings this week, Aquarius. Is this something where give and take is actually balanced, or is somebody always on the take or always on the give? You may even need to refuse a favor or a gift given to you that you know is clearly unfair to another person. Because the Justice card reverse says there will be that temptation to accept something that could be considered immoral or unethical, with a slight chance of even being illegal. So, just be careful about that. Don't let yourself get tempted into screwing somebody else over to get ahead. Not this week. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Four of Wands reversed. This is actually a lovely card for love, believe it or not, even though it's reversed. Because the Four of Wands reversed, it's one of those cards, I always say, you just can't screw it up. You can't even turn it upside down and make it a bad card. You can't even turn it upside down and put it in a challenge spot and still make it a bad card. It's still a damn good card. And with the Four of Wands reversed, it's basically talking about, for those of you single and looking, those of you crushing on anyone, or maybe you've just been dating somebody casually, the Four of Wands reversed is basically saying we're making some serious plans to start making things a little bit more official, if that's the direction you want to go in. Because the Four of Wands reversed is all about the setup. We're setting up for the party, we're setting up for the celebration. And with the Four of Wands reversed, there could even be an opportunity for some of you who are looking for love to find love in those kinds of situations where you are volunteering your time and your energy to be a part of a bigger group. You may actually find that through this joint effort or through this joint project, there is somebody sweet for you. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Four of Wands reversed says you and your partner are getting right down to business when it comes to actually planning on how to complete some kind of major relationship milestone that you have been trying to get done for a long time. The Four of Wands reversed can indicate as well that if you've been feeling like a partner has been doing something behind your back and you want to be involved, they will start to involve you in this. But interestingly enough, they may be doing it behind your back because it may have been intended to be a gift to you. So you may not want to spoil your own surprise. So that is your horoscope, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.